Table Grace Cafe, the main outreach program of Table Grace Ministries, opened in April 2011. Table Grace Cafe is a community restaurant. The difference between this cafe and other restaurants is that there are no set prices on the menu. Instead, patrons are encouraged to donate what they feel their meal is worth, give extra if they have it, or do chores if they don't have money. The mission of Table Grace Cafe is nourishing hungry bodies and souls. It is a restaurant for everyone, regardless of economic status. Nestled in the heart of downtown Omaha, between the Woodman and First National Towers, the 3-block radius around 16th and Farnham where the cafe sits is one of the most socio-economically diverse neighborhoods in our city. There are large law firms, banks, state and federal offices, etc., along with homeless persons passing to and from the shelters. 16th and Farnham also hosts the busiest bus stop in Omaha. With so many people of various backgrounds and economic positions, Table Grace Cafe presents an opportunity for people of all walks of life to come together in the same restaurant and help each other. The menu at Table Grace is gourmet pizza, salad, and soup. Chef Matt Weber attended the Natural Gourmet Institute in New York City, where the curriculum is based on health-supportive cooking. One of the goals at Table Grace is to serve healthy food. Much of it is also organic and local, due to the fact the cafe receives much of the food it serves through donations from Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and Walner's grocery stores. The pizza crust at Table Grace is made fresh daily on site and consists of whole wheat, semolina, and flax. The salads and soups are all made from scratch daily. Proper nutrition is a serious and real problem in America. In some places, access to healthy food is a problem as well. Table Grace Cafe provides access to nutritious, high-quality food in a dignified environment to all who participate in its mission. In addition to feeding hungry bodies in downtown Omaha, the cafe also offers a training program for people in search of restaurant work. This is a 10-day volunteer program where participants are given general restaurant training and upon completion of their 10 days, receive a letter of recommendation from our staff, help organizing their resume, and help finding a job. The future of American economic prosperity, global position, and physical safety are at risk. In 2009, U.S. students ranked 14th in reading, 25th in math, and 17th in science compared to students in other developed countries. More than 25% of U.S. students fail to graduate high school in 4 years. For Hispanic and African American students, the number approaches 40%. Only 22% of American high school graduates are considered college-ready. 75% of U.S. citizens aged 17 through 24 cannot pass military entrance exams. With only 5% of the world's population, the U.S. has 25% of the world's prison population. That makes us the world's largest jailer. Since 1970, our prison population has risen 700%. 1 in 99 adults are living behind bars in the U.S. This marks the highest rate of imprisonment in American history. Imprisonment, especially for lengthy sentences, destabilizes individuals, families, and entire communities, which can create a dangerous recipe for higher crime rates. Incarceration and related costs have quadrupled over the past 20 years and now account for a staggering 1 out of every 15 state discretionary fund dollars. By 2007, states spent more than $44 billion on incarceration and related expenses, a 127% jump from 1987. Over this same period, spending on higher education rose just 21%, while the national prison population tripled. Incarceration and related costs are the second fastest growing category of state budgets. 90% of this spending goes to prisons. To address these key issues, which are contributing to the decline of human capital in the United States, we need to work overtime to build social capital. Programs like the 10-day training at Table Grace Cafe are designed to build social capital. People who participate in our 10-day program are given the opportunity to gain restaurant experience, fill a gap in their resume, and get assistance in finding a job. Trainees receive a letter of recommendation from the chef at Table Grace, an updated resume, and job search assistance. Another mission of Table Grace Cafe is to practice proper stewardship of food resources. Americans throw away almost half of our food, literally. Table Grace is using approximately 85% donated food. If grocery stores did not donate this food, much of it would be thrown away. In fact, the cafe receives much more produce and bread than it can use, and therefore redistributes it to food pantries and shelters across Omaha to ensure it gets put to good use. If you would like to help us be good stewards of our food resources, please consider volunteering on Mondays. Table Grace Cafe is about practicing generosity on a daily basis in ways that foster hope in the community and address social problems facing all of us every day. Everyone is capable of generosity, and if we all practice it, we can change the world for the better. Everyone who comes to Table Grace Cafe has something different to offer. For some, it's money in different amounts. For some, it's food. For others, it may be music or art. And for others, it may be their time in various ways. There are a multitude of stories and examples of how people have practiced generosity at Table Grace. One example is a man named Shannon. Shannon is a homeless man who eats at Table Grace Cafe almost every day. He always manages to donate some money, and not just pennies. When he doesn't have money, he volunteers willingly, almost every day. Shannon is carrying a black garbage bag full of aluminum cans, which he turns in for money each day. Right now, Shannon wakes up every morning at the Sienna Francis House, a local shelter, spends the morning collecting cans, then comes to Table Grace for lunch. He knows by now that he is welcome to bring in his bag of cans and put them in the back of the cafe. After donating money and enjoying a healthy meal at Table Grace, Shannon throws his bag of cans over his shoulder and gives a grateful farewell on his way out the door. Thank you all very much. You are all a blessing, and the food was great as usual. God bless you all. Then he heads down the street, walking to Carter Lake. Iowa gives more for aluminum, to turn in his cans before going back to Francis' house for the evening. One day recently, Shannon came into the cafe without his bag of cans. I asked him, "Hi, no bag today?" He replied,
"I got cancer, skin cancer. Wow. That's why I pick up cans a lot of times, try to get my bus ticket, get a bus pass.
Even though Shannon was missing a day's wages for not being able to collect cans, and even though he was obviously shaking and feeling the effects of his cancer treatment, he made sure he had a donation to place in the box at Table Grace Cafe that day.
Stop there, eat lunch, Table Grace, they're excellent people, and they care about people. And everything they make is 100% excellent.
People like Shannon are the reason we continue our work at Table Grace Cafe. Another example of generosity is the couple who celebrated their anniversary the night before having lunch at Table Grace. Their anniversary dinner was at Grey Plume, where they spent around $250 on dinner for two. Their donation to Table Grace Cafe for lunch the next day was $250. A wonderful way to recognize the importance of nourishing hungry bodies and souls. How will you support Table Grace Cafe? What do you have to bring to the table?